apparently, just moments ago, there was an accident.
As long as there's Tiberium on Earth, not as a serious threat.
You cannot let this happen.
Philadelphia was only the beginning. Our forces will spread like a great plague across the Earth. Every blue zone will feel our wrath.
If Kane wants aggression, we will obey.
I can trust you, right?
You're not suggesting the ion cannon.
No, General, I'm not suggesting it. I'm ordering it.
The ion cannon's been engaged, sir.
On whose authority?
What the hell's going on?
Hello folks, this has gone Spy, the Spy. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new series game that is of our battlegrounds of campaigns, conquering enemies and building armies and such. So right now, Command and Conquer 3 is practically the next big thing that's going to be probably happening in the future, where there's the crystals called Tiberium, but we'll get to that on the next episode. But for now, if I'm going to be able to do any campaigns or to learn how to be able to build armies and know anything about resources, I'm going to need to go to the tutorial how to be able to do any of that stuff. Important systems and such. The boot camp is practically like a tutorial thing, so let's get started with it.
Establishing video uplink.
Ooh, video uplink.
Welcome to this
like
training
that.
simulation, Commander. I'm Kiersey James, and I'm going to be helping you along as you progress. This scenario will help you get familiar with both the basic and the advanced concepts of our command and control system.
That's pretty cool.
Throughout your training, you will use training stations to activate different sections of the training mission. Simply move your cursor over a training station and press A to select that section. You may interrupt a training station by selecting it again while it is running. After a few seconds, the station will reset and be ready for you to reselect the section.
Good to know. Alright, so I click A for this mission. This train gets started.
There are 4 major sections to the Tiberium Wars heads-up display. The minimap is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. It allows you to keep track of your units and structures in all locations on the battlefield. It also displays important information, like your power meter and credits. The tab bar is to the right of the minimap. The tab bar is inactive until you pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. The tab bar allows you to manage your build queues without having to manually select a structure on the battlefield. It also gives access to groups and powers. The selection portrait to the right of the tab bar indicates your current selection. The command bar opens horizontally when you expand the interface. You'll find all of your commands here, from building units and structures to using a unit's abilities. You can reference your objectives at any moment if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. To access your objectives, press back. There are 2 types of objective markers. The yellow objective markers are primary objectives that you must complete in order to finish the mission.
Right.
The green arrows are bonus objectives. Completing all the bonus objectives will unlock all the medals and ribbons available for that mission. If you ever need to know what a particular button, unit, or structure does, place the cursor over the object and a tooltip will appear. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Okay, going to the next train station.
This station covers camera movement, zoom, and rotation. To pan the camera, move the left stick up, down, left, or right.
Okay.
Move the camera in any direction now.
Alright, so I move left, up, right,
To
down.
zoom the camera in or out, move the right stick up or down. Zoom the camera now. To
Okay.
rotate the camera, move the right stick left or right. Try rotating the camera now. To reset the camera to the default setting, click the right stick. Reset the camera now. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
That wasn't too difficult. Moving on to number 3, I guess.
This station teaches some basic methods for selecting your units.
Now you're talking. That must be my guys.
Highlight these soldiers by placing your cursor over them. While your cursor is over the soldiers, press A to select them.
Okay.
The soldiers are now selected. Notice that your currently selected units have a rope around their feet to indicate that they're selected. Some units, like these riflemen, come in squads that are selected as a group when you press A on any of them. You can select all of your units on screen by holding the left trigger and then pressing A. Try selecting all of your units on screen now. Nicely done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Yeah, again, I did that already. Alright, going
This
to number
section will
4.
teach you how to move your units.
Moving units. That's the part I would like to get to. I do like
Select
those
these
guns.
units. Now place your cursor over open ground and notice that the cursor changes. This
Okay.
means that you may issue a move command. Press A to issue a move command next to the smoke signal.
Going to the smoke signal. Got it.
Great job. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Going to number 5 then.
This station will teach you how to issue attack commands.
Attack. Okay, now we're again somewhere actionable.
Select these soldiers. Now move your cursor over those enemy Nod soldiers and notice that the cursor changes. This means that you may issue an attack command against these units. Press A while the cursor is over the Nod soldiers. Your soldiers will move in and attack them until they're eliminated.
Okay, that means attack them. Sucker boys!
Clear to engage.
Like going and shooting fish in the barrel. They do not even time attacking back, which is pretty much fine.
When in
for me.
range, your units will attack enemy units automatically. They will not, however, automatically target structures. You must issue an attack command to destroy those. Have your units destroy that Nod power plant by issuing an attack command on the structure.
Sick boys.
Well done. The attack move command is used to make units move to a location, but stop to attack every enemy they encounter on the way. This differs from a normal move command, which will ignore every enemy unit along the way. To give these units an attack move command, select them, and then double tap A over open ground near those Nod soldiers to send your units on a path of destruction. Good work. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Okay, where's... Ah, there it is. Down there.
Your collection of structures is referred to as your base. This section
bases.
teaches the
This is
basics of
something I
base
want to know
construction.
about. And that must be my base command center, I
The
guess.
vehicle moving into view is an MCV. An MCV allows you to build the structures that will form your base. Select the MCV. To unpack your MCV, press and hold the right trigger. This expands your interface. Use left or right on the D-pad to reach the unpack command in the command bar. Now press A on the unpack command. Now that the MCV is unpacked, you have established ground control and can place additional structures anywhere within your build radius. Pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. The command bar is now open. Press left or right on the D-pad to navigate to the power plant icon. Now press A on the power plant icon. The structure is now being built. Every structure has a build time before it can be placed on the battlefield.
Yeah,
Notice the tab
just
bar
noticed
is
that.
flashing. Your building is now ready. Pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface.
Already
Now
done
select
that.
the flashing tab. A blueprint of the structure appears under your cursor in the middle of the screen. The building can now be placed anywhere within your build radius. Press A to place the building. To return to your base at any time, click the left stick. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Alright, going to number 7.
This section teaches you how to build the units that will fight for you. Select the barracks, and then pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. Use left or right on the D-pad to find the Rifleman Squad icon in the command bar. Now press A to begin building a squad of riflemen. You may queue up additional squads by pressing the A button again. Queue up an additional 2 squads. When one squad is completed, the next squad will begin to build. You can also access your build queues through the tab bar. The advantage of the tab bar is the ability to queue up units while you are out on the battlefield. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Going to number 8.
This station will teach you how to set a building to be your default building structure. This means when you build through the tab bar, the unit will come out of the building you set to be the default. For instance, here we have 2 barracks. Choose one of the barracks and select it. Now pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. Then use left or right on the D-pad to find the Set Default icon. Now press A on the icon. The barracks you selected is now the default building structure for infantry. Expand the interface by pulling and holding the right trigger and queue up some soldiers through the tab bar. Notice that the soldiers you've created come out of the barracks that you set as your default.
Right.
Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Ooh, I think I'm going to like this one even more.
This station will teach you about upgrades and abilities.
Upgrades.
Units receive upgrades when you
Alright.
research them at buildings such as the Armory. Select the Armory and then expand the interface. Note the various upgrades in its command bar.
Like it.
Press A on the composite armor upgrade. The upgrade is now being researched.
Okay. Waiting, and done.
Select your rifleman and note that the upgrade is now indicated in the selection portrait. Good job, Commander. The riflemen now have the composite armor upgrade. Zone troopers have a jump jet ability.
Ooh.
This ability allows them to
Look at
jump
these
across
guys.
impassable terrain.
I
Select
like
the zone
these
troopers and then
outfits
expand
that
the
zone
interface.
troopers have.
Press A on the jump jet ability in the command bar beyond the ravine.
I'm sorry, I just can't contain my excitement on their suit. I mean, just look at them.
Your zone troopers were able to cross impassable terrain using this ability. Many units have abilities that are listed in the command bar. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
By this train station, number 10.
This station will teach you how to execute special commands.
Ooh,
Certain
who's
units
this guy?
perform special commands other than attacking. This engineer, for example, cannot attack structures, but is able to perform other unique actions.
I'm
Select the
intrigued.
engineer. Now place your cursor over the damaged power plant. Notice you get a different cursor indicating the engineer can enter and repair the structure. Press A on the damaged GDI power plant to command
man,
your engineer
the
to enter the
engineer's
building
dead.
and repair it. The engineer is lost in the process, and the power plant is repaired.
Yeah,
The engineer
going
can
for greater
also
cause.
capture an enemy building. Press right on the
Capture enemy
D-pad to cycle through
buildings?
your special units.
Alright.
The first selection will be your commando, if you have one. Every unit after that will be one of your engineers. Try it now. Select the engineer. Press A on the enemy Nod power plant to command your engineer to enter the building and capture it. The Nod power plant is now yours.
You're mine now.
Many units can perform actions other than attacking in certain situations. Look for special cursors that indicate these special commands. Nicely done, Commander.
Going to number 11.
This station will teach you how to use powers. Certain buildings provide you with powers that can be used on the battlefield. You must spend
Powers?
credits to use these powers. The GDI airfield allows you to utilize the Orca bombing run power. To use your powers, expand the interface, select the Powers tab, and find the
Alright.
Orca bombing run power. Once your power is highlighted, your cursor on screen changes to a targeting blueprint. This lets you select where you want to fire your power. Move the targeting blueprint over that nod structure, and then press A to use the power. Notice the bombing run power is able to damage enemy structures without you needing to jeopardize your units. The ability
it
will
could
go
be
through a
useful.
cooldown period before it's available again. Press left on the D-pad to cycle through and select powers. The selected power will show up in the selection portrait, and its targeting blueprint will appear on the ground. Try it now. Move the targeting blueprint over that nod structure, and then press A to use the power.
Knock it down
Nicely
again.
done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this.
This station will teach you how to create groups. Groups are a combination of units or structures that you create in order to manage your army effectively. To begin creating a group, select these units. Expand the interface, move to the Groups tab, and open its command bar. Now find an empty group icon, and then press and hold A.
Keep your weapon ready.
You have created a group. To select it again, just find that group's icon and press A. Press up on the D-pad to select and cycle through your groups. Notice that the selection portrait changes as you cycle through them. Press down on the D-pad to make your current selection a group in the next available slot. You can use groups to combine similar or diverse units depending on your strategic needs.
Yeah,
As
I
with the
get
tab
to
bar,
see this
one of the
from
advantages of
system.
groups is the ability to select units and issue commands from any location on the battlefield. Now that you've learned the basics, let's try a small battle to test what you've learned.
Now we're getting talking here. A battle, you say? Then must be the final test.
Welcome to the practice battle, Commander. This station will walk you through a practice battle against enemy forces. Begin by moving over to the MCV we have supplied you. Nod forces will waste no time trying to wipe you out, so establish ground control by unpacking your MCV. Construct a power plant and build a barracks as soon as possible.
Complete.
As soon as possible. Got it. Okay, it's time for a little...
Now build a mixed group of infantry from your barracks. some riflemen, and some missile squads. You may use this mixed group to scout the opponent's base to the north.
Construction complete.
Ooh, getting power
Now it's
plant.
time to establish your economy. Build a refinery to harvest nearby Tiberium. Tiberium is a resource that
That
brings
must
in
be
credits
what
to
these
fund your
looks like.
operations.
Crystals
Be
too.
careful not to let your infantry units near Tiberium. It is highly toxic and will damage them.
Right.
Training. Construction
Rifle squad ready.
complete. Incoming transmission.
Defeating an opponent will often involve destroying important structures in their base. Knowing the function of each structure will help focus your strategy.
Yeah, definitely going to be
Rifle
seeing
squad
more
ready.
of that in the
Building.
future. Now we're going to need to kick up with...
Missile squad ready for combat. Missile squad ready for combat.
Okay,
Rifle squad.
create a group.
Squad ready.
Alpha Squad, move forward!
You can reference your objectives at any moment if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. To access your objectives, press back.
Incoming transmission.
Infantry can be garrisoned in civilian structures to provide added defense. Use your infantry to garrison buildings in critical locations on the battlefield.
Keep your weapon ready. Rifle squad. Pay attention.
Bonus objective
On the way in.
complete. Unit
Bring them
under
in your
attack.
sights.
Silos needed.
Bonuses complete. Okay, now.
You can select all of your units on screen by holding the left trigger and then pressing A.
I'm going to need to get a load of these bad boys. A tank and a pinball. I guess is good. Oh, what the
Ready for
hell?
action. Keep your eyes open.
Unit promoted.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait until I build like a good kind of force, like a Bravo team,
Rifle squad ready.
to unleash hell and stuff.
Rifle squad ready. Missile squad ready for combat.
Alright.
Missile squad ready for
Ooh,
combat. Predator
Tiberian
rolling out.
spikes. Is
Training.
that what it is? Okay, better make sure I build an engineer to be able to
I
get
got their
one
codes.
of these bad boys.
Commander? Just give me a sec to get in there.
Alrighty.
We hear you.
Alright.
Incoming transmission.
Tech structures are neutral buildings that can be used by all sides in a conflict. The engineer can capture tech structures like Tiberium spikes, which will provide you an additional source of income.
Right.
Predator crew
This will
ready
do
to
for
roll.
now.
Building captured.
There.
Bonus objective
Now,
complete.
let's go kill some bad guys.
Heading out. Keep your weapon ready.
Alpha Squad,
Rifle
Marvel
squad.
Squad. Show these
Understood.
clowns how we do things back in territories
Silence needed.
of
Unit
justice.
under attack. Unit lost.
Woo-wee!
That's it. Down.
Better take care of those rocket launchers.
Unit
Down.
under attack.
Light 'em up. Make a push. Light 'em up.
Alright, we're almost beating these assholes.
Congratulations, Commander. The Nod Army is defeated.
Booyah!
Congratulations. You've completed your training. You can always revisit the boot camp to refresh your memory.
I called that a good done deal there.
Mission accomplished.
Now I call that a hard victory. Not bad for a rookie in training. And with this, it's just the beginning for campaigns. Now, folks, hope you like this prologue of training sessions, but we'll be right back after these messages for the next episode. As Gone Spy, the Spy sign off.